Hello. How are you? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. So as you can see, this is called Fabled Lands. It's one I played a demo of that it was in Steam's, well still is, in Steam's turn-based RPG Fest. And I really liked the demo, so I bought the game. I wonder, is it gonna let me continue? Oh, it's gonna let me continue from the demo. Okay, that's awesome. Nope. Never mind. It's not. Well. Alright, new game. Thanks. I mean, sure, why not? We'll go with the fur. We'll go with the fur look. There we go. No, we can have scars. No thanks. Now, I guess I should have looked at this first. I didn't realize it was going to be different. I guess the armor makes sense for that to be different, but okay. Because I'm going to be a wayfarer. 2, 3. Now I like the hood. The bow, I remember this, there was a couple different options, and then the items she could have on her side, and then an animal. Let's go with, I think that's a falcon. We're doing explorer difficulty, because I don't give a shit about being challenged. I just want to play the game and enjoy the story. Now, the problem with this game is there's going to be a lot of reading for me. So I need to keep water nearby. It doesn't sound very full. Okay. Our background is a wayfarer. You prefer to make your home in mountain grottos and woodland groves rather than in the squalid streets of cities. You have the agility of a gazelle, the cunning of a fox, and the ferocity of an eagle. You have heard of the city of trees deep within the forest of the Isle of Druids. I'll just leave her character name the same. That's fine. Here goes all the reading. You are alone in an open boat waiting for death. How your life has changed since that day when you set out from your homeland across the unbounded ocean. You had signed on board a ship with the hope of visiting 12 ports and seeing 1,000 wonders, but calamity overtook your voyage in the first week when pirates swooped down upon the vessel. You and a handful of shipmates managed to get the cutter down into the water and were making off, but some of the pirates leapt down the rail right in your midst. The fighting was hard. You remember little of it now, but when it was over, the boat was awash with blood, and you were the only one left alive. Of your own ship and the pirates' craft there was no sign. The current had carried you out of sight of any living thing. Best not to think how you've survived since then. At the mercy of the wind and sea currents, you've been swept steadily westwards into regions completely unknown to you. Drinking, water has been your biggest problem. You've had to rely on rain, and there has been none for days. Your body is weak, your spirits low. Then, just as death seems ready to draw his boat alongside, you see something that kindles new hope. White clouds, birds turning high above, the gray hump of land on the horizon. Steering towards the shore, you feel the cutter lurch as it enters rough water. The wind whips up plumes of spindrift and breakers pound the cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. The little boat is spun around out of control and goes plunging towards the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is the snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear. Then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously up onto the beach. It's time to begin your adventure. Told you there's a lot of reading. Battered and bedraggled, you lie gasping for breath until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time in getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. That's not a sight I want to see. His eyes have a feverish, bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. Well, 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 what have we here, friends? Asks the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, although you're certain he's alone. Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me, he says in answer to his own question. All wet and out of luck. He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. Is this the Isle of the Druids, you ask impatiently? Indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Harkuna. But I think you may have much to do here, as it is written in the stars that someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. We're going to scour the remnants that washed ashore. You find a small vial holding a reddish concoction. You bless your good fortune when you recognize it is a healing potion. Alright. Come on, I'll show you the gates of the world, the old man babbles. We're gonna follow the old man. During your short trip upward, the man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. Make a move. This place, I like the graphics. Like, we were on this island for the demo. We never got to leave this island. You reach a hill covered with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly laid. Here are the gates of the world, says the mad old man. The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 archways, each carven with mystic symbols and runes of power. Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Harkuna, though I know not where, explains the old man. Suddenly, he passes his hands over you, mumbling a prayer to the gods. You've received a special blessing. This allows you to re-roll any failed roll once. After making a second attempt at the roll, whether successful or not, the blessing is used up. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. Continue. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Hang on, I need a drink. Each gate is marked with a name. Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. From here you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Let's explore the island further. You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops. Make a move. Alright. I'm not going to go to this up in the north yet because I already know I'm going to get quests from other areas to go there. So, I'm going to go over to the trading post first. The trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. There's not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna the Huntress, goddess of nature. Alright. We don't need to go over here because we aren't buying a ship and crew and shit yet, okay? This allows you to have a house. You found an abandoned house which you claim as your own. You can store shit there. The inn, the market. Let's go to the market. Okay. Hell if I know. No, don't. No, we don't meow at Mama like that. No, we don't do that. Okay. If I recall correctly, this is nonsense. You are not starving to death. I've got... Star, please. Star, please. No, what? You have dinner in 12 minutes. You can wait. Okay, so she doesn't have a melee weapon. She only has the bow. And that's a problem. Because if she runs out of arrows, she can't use it. This is a game where you have to keep arrows in your inventory. So let's buy her a short sword. And for now, that's all we're gonna buy. And then let's go over to the inn. The Green Man Inn costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured, up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. Alright, the temple is where we will get some quests. So there's 2. There's the Shrine to Lacuna and the Temple of Nagil. So, the Shrine to Lacuna. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees, and a deer darts away into the forest at your approach. A priestess is tending a low altar where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. So, she seems like the perfect goddess for my wayfarer. So I'm going to become an initiate. Becoming an initiate of Lacuna gives you the benefit of paying less for blessings and other services the temple can offer. It costs 30 shards to become an initiate. You cannot do this if you are already an initiate of another temple. These are our shards up here. 320. Maybe that'll work. We could even shrink me down a little bit. Okay. So this is our money called shards. Alright. Seek a blessing. If you are an initiate, it costs only 10 shards to purchase Lacuna's blessing. A non-initiate must pay 25. The scouting blessing works by allowing you to try again when you fail a scouting ability check. It's good for only 1 reroll. You can only have 1 scouting blessing at any one time. Once it's used up, you can return to any branch of the Temple of Lacuna to buy a new one. Now we'll talk to the priestess. The priestess, dressed in silken robes and wearing a wreath of oak leaves, says, "I have need of an adventurer like yourself. For arcane reasons involving the secret mysteries of Lacuna, I need the tusk of a boar, a were-boar in fact. Hunt down one and bring me its tusk. In return, I will teach you how to be a better scout. Accept the mission. Leave the temple." Alright, now we're going to go to the other temple. Nagel is the lord of the lands of the dead, and his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design, depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A scroll tacked to the wall reads, "Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness, see temple warden." So we'll visit the warden. The warden is in charge of security. "We had an unfortunate accident," he says worriedly. "In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. You know, the occasional zombie, part of the rituals in honor of the particular aspect of Nagel we revere here. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night. We'd rather someone like you sorted the problem out before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head." Accept the mission. Leave. I'll come back for the ghoul. Okay. And then we have the forest. Let's go. Okay, quick saves are on this game. I thought so, but I had to hit F5 and save. Alright, you're on the coastal road that snakes along the windswept cliff tops in the north of Isle Druids. The Isle of Druids. So, depending on our score is which scenario we get here. We need to do all of them. Alright, you meet a militia patrol. These militiamen are employed by the mercantile guilds of Marlock City and Yellowport to keep the roads safe. If you're worried about thieves, you should invest in a town house and leave some of your money at home, advises the militia sergeant. Or better still, invest at the Merchants Guild, suggests the captain. Anyways, if misfortune strikes, you are left without any weapon or armor and you are completely broke, find us and we will aid you. Now, the one thing that kind of bothered me here is you have those 3 different scenarios you can have. You have to leave and walk, you have to walk away from it and then walk back to it in order to do that. Which is a little annoying. Okay, let's see what we get this time. The Werebore. We have a quest for that. And the other scenario, the Highwayman, is another quest on this island that I haven't got to yet. A werebore in ornate armor comes thundering out of the undergrowth near the road with a raised spear. There is no chance of retreat or surrender in this battle. So we're over there. Alright. Summon my bear. End turn. You move up and hit it. What? 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 I didn't tell you to move over there. God damn it. Alright, we're gonna attack. Okay. Killed my bear already. That's some bullshit. Oh, there's his. I couldn't remember where the UI showed his stuff. Way over in the corner. Okay. Alright, he did. There's the tusk and a spear. A creature's army is too heavy to suit you, but you take a hunting spear and a boar's tusk. Grab your acquisitions and continue onwards. Alright, let's go back to town and turn on the boar tusk. And then we'll go ahead and do the ghoul. Talk to the priestess. The priestess, who is wearing the skin of a wolf and is covered in red paint, welcomes you gleefully. At last, the tusk of a werebore. Now the ceremony can go ahead. The priestess rewards you with knowledge. You gain 1 scouting permanently. Alright, now, when I did the ghoul before, I was actually able to use call in a deity and get rid of the ghoul that way. I didn't actually have to fight him. Alright, right now we gotta roll magic to see if we can find the ghoul, I believe. Alright, we got a successful roll. Your arcane knowledge tells you much about the undead. Ghouls are known to eat the flesh of the dead as well as the living. They like to make their homes in crypts and graveyards, and they never venture out during the day, as sunlight burns their pallid undead flesh. Also, they cannot abide a power of salt and iron filings mixed together. You can purchase these ingredients for 15 shards at any market stall. Okay. When you're ready, you set off to search the cemetery near the trading post. A trail of gruesome murders and tales of terror leads you to an old cemetery in a near-deserted part of the old quarter. It is early morning, a few hours before dawn, so you haven't much time before the ghoul goes into hiding. At the gates of the cemetery, you find a small girl, hunched over, sobbing. When she sees you, she backs away terrified. No, we succeeded. You convince her that you mean her no harm. The little girl tells you that she was placing flowers at the grave of her father when a horrible monster came for her. Fortunately, she was able to run away. She points to a large tomb behind which the thing was hiding. You tell the girl to go home, and then you set out warily for the tomb. Suddenly, a foul stench fills your nostrils, and a figure rises up out of the shadows. Yellow eyes glow with feral bloodlust, and the creature's talons, encrusted with dried blood, reach for you hungrily. You found the ghoul. So, during the demo, I did the invoke the power of the gods, and it worked. We'll see if I can get a successful blessing again. You call on the powers of the gods to banish this foul, blasphemous travesty of life. The ghoul shrinks back for a moment, snarling. Oh, fail. Let's use a blessing. Oh, successful. Alright. The ghoul staggers back, howling at the night sky and gnashing its teeth. Suddenly, brownish ichor spills from its eyes, and the flesh begins to shrivel on its bones. It collapses in on itself, leaving only a mound of putrescent matter, atop of which rests its head, now lifeless, empty eye sockets staring at the moon. You grab the head and set off. Now we'll go to these people to turn it in. You did it, exclaims the warden, happily taking the ghoul's head and placing it in a jar. It's time for a reward. You can choose only one of these 3 rewards. Okay, well, I'm not a magic user, so I don't need a wand. 500 shards, however, it's pretty nice. Okay, now let's go to the forest. The trees are closely packed, leaning together as if in conference, whispering quietly among themselves. Birds twitter in the distance, and slivers of sunlight lance down through the musty gloom. As you proceed along a forest track, you think you hear rustling in the bushes. Later, you spot a shadowy figure darting through the trees. Or was it your imagination? An animal's snuffling sound right behind you makes you spin around, but there's nothing there. You struggle deeper into the forest until you come to a thick wall of impenetrable thorn bushes. Circling it, you find there's a break in the hedge, but it's filled by a large tree. To your surprise, a face forms in the trunk and speaks in a woody voice. None can pass. Begone, human. Alright, let's make our scouting roll first. No, okay, that was an automatic thing. Okay. I didn't have to click for that when that one was automatic. And then that let me see this. Okay. Let's try to persuade the tree to let us pass. You explain what a tree lover you are, and that your heart has always been at home in the forest. You portray yourself as the greenest adventurer ever. Ooh, success. Well, I suppose I could let one such as you through, says the tree thoughtfully. Then it uproots itself with a great tearing sound and shuffles out of the way. There you go, says the tree. You may pass. You walk through the thorn bush gate. Beyond, you find several huge oak trees whose branches are so big they're able to support the homes of many people. So now we have the city of trees. Welcome to the city of trees, says a passing woman dressed in the garb of a druid. The city has been built amid the branches of several mighty oaks. Ladders run up and down the trees to houses that perch like nests in the branches. You're not allowed into any houses, but the druids allow you to barter at the market. I don't remember. So I'm guessing I can wear this. It doesn't. This is what I'm currently wearing. Let's try it and see. I need to put that as my melee weapon. Alright, yeah, okay. How much arrow ammunition do I have? Unclear. Might be nice to get a longbow. Some trinkets. Lantern, rope. Some healing potions. Okay. I'm gonna buy the longbow. Fuck it. Let's get it. Upgrade our bow. I did only have 2 arrows left, so what? Why can't they can't stack? Oh, whatever. All right. We'll sell that. We'll sell the spear. I'm not ready to sit. Frickin' fuzzies. Oh my god, this is what happens when you have cats. Alright. You are brought before the Druid's leader, the Oak Druid, a bearded fellow with earth and leaves all tangled up in his hair. He asks you to perform a service for them. Take this oak staff to the Willow Druid in the forest of Laren. The sacred grove where he lives will be hard to find, but I'm sure you can do it. The Willow Druid will give you something to bring back to me. When you return with it, I will make your techniques of tracking and your wilderness lore better. Take this. Interesting. We've already seen the Welcome to the City of Trees. This is a different quest. In the demo, I got a quest to get a staff from some brigands up north, which was up here. That is not what we have now. Objectives. Purchase a ship. Make the deal of a lifetime. Okay, this just sounds like achievements, not actual quests. Well, let's see if we can fight the highwaymen anyway. Knock it off, you two. Alright, 2 brigands leap out from hiding and menace you with their sword. One is behind you, one in front. Give it up, they advise. Money's not worth getting killed over. They have an accomplice in hiding. Would you two stop? Those two don't get along very often. They have an accomplice in hiding who shoots you with an arrow. You lose 1 stamina. The 3rd brigand then leaps up to join his comrades. Okay, we're gonna put a save on. Because the last time I did this fight, I died the first time. Unreachable. Is he still unreachable? They're all still unreachable. Now is he unreachable? Apparently so. Everybody's unreachable. What? Oh, because I fucking... because it's on melee. Swap weapons. Oh, for the love of God. Can we swap weapons? Thanks. There we go. Alright. One more. There we go. When I played this on the demo, I did not have upgraded weapons and gear though, like I already got here. So I have better shit now, better equipment. Alright, searching the bodies. You find a suit of leather armor, one suit of ringmail, a couple of bolts, a sword, and a purse containing 37 shards. Thanks. Thanks. I need to... Okay, like this is all like character goals, exploration goals, quest goals. Okay. Where do I see... Okay, there we go. Quest log. Alright. Okay, that one's completed. This one... in the forest. I don't know. Ghoulish Knight's done. Okay. Okay, that's not anything different. Okay. I didn't mean to go there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Code words. The fuck? Fuck are code words? Alright, I don't know. If we get a ship, I know we can go down this coast. But I've never gone. Let's get this ship. There are no traders willing. Okay, so there's none available right now to buy. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go to the stones. Step through an archway. Yellow port. Why not? You step through the archway. Immediately the symbols on the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly your vision fades and everything goes black. Alright. That's it for this video. Cliffhanger ending. You should be on the edge of your seats. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.